Welcome YouTube world. Welcome YouTube world to Net to 27. Today, December 24th, 2023. Today we're talking boxing. Going to give my quick post-fight commentary on the card in Saudi Arabia featuring heavyweights Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallen, Joseph Parker versus Deontay Wilder. So, just want to give my quick post-fight commentary on the two main events in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, this past Saturday night. As you know, if you hadn't seen the fight, Anthony Joshua won his fight, stopping Otto Wallen, refused to come out for the seventh round, I believe. Anthony Joshua looked very sharp, counterpunched very well. Took minimal punishment in this fight for a pretty good fight. He looked real good. This is probably his best performance in the last 5 years from Anthony Joshua. So big ups to Anthony Joshua and his team for defeating Otto Wallen. I believe six round TKO for Anthony Joshua. Then we get to the Joseph Parker, former WBO heavyweight champion, versus Deontay Bronze Bomber Wilder, former WBC heavyweight champion. In this fight, there was a surprise, but I wasn't really too surprised. Joseph Parker defeats Deontay Wilder, 12-round unanimous decision. 12-round unanimous decision for Joseph Parker. The fight wasn't close at all. Parker used his defense. He didn't walk into anything, and he was catching Wilder with right hands. He was throwing him wide, sometimes straight, but he was aggressive for the good game plan. And Deontay Wilder, having had this his first fight in 2 years, there was some ring rust, obviously, yes, but technique-wise, he was all over the place. Bad balance, bad defense, no real jab. He was just throwing rangefinder jabs, trying to set up the right hand, and he was missing the right hand all night. He was throwing it wide. He was missing it. He was windmilling the right hand. He was missing it. He never shot it straight right down the middle. He never stepped in with a 1-2. Basic fundamental stuff. It was just a total disaster for Deontay Wilder this past night against Joseph Parker. And I think right now the question needs to be asked, should Deontay Wilder retire? I know he's only 38 years old, so that's not necessarily old in terms of heavyweight boxing. We've seen George Foreman become champion at the age of 45. We know Archie Moore back in the 50s and 40s did it at a high level into his 50s. The great Archie Moore. For you younger people who don't know much about boxing, you might want to Google Archie Moore. But nonetheless, so age 38, I think he's still capable of becoming champion once again. Deontay Wilder, I still believe he's capable of becoming champion again, but it seemed like he's regressing. And I don't know what's going on with him and his trainer, Malik Scott. It seemed like his skills have just totally regressed. The problem that I had with Deontay Wilder, one of the problems that I had was him coming in to this fight so light. He only came in weighing 214 pounds. Now Deontay Wilder is 6'7". Joseph Parker is 6'4", 245. So you're not saying you have to weigh more than your opponent to be effective in winning a fight against your opponent. But why give up so much weight? Why not come in at least 230, 233, 234? You're tall enough to where your body can handle the extra weight and muscle. I don't understand that. And if some people say, well, he came in light like that because he wanted to be able to move around the ring. Well, unless you're Muhammad Ali, you shouldn't be worried about moving too much around the ring. You should be able to move around the ring at that height, not give up your height, and still be effective. with your technique. But that comes to another problem that I have with this fight. His technique. Deontay Wilder looked very amateurish. Amateurish. No jab at all. I mean, just rangefinder jab is shooting wide right hands. That's not going to get it done. You need a solid jab that hits something. You need a left hook. I saw no left hooks at all. He don't set up combinations. He just sets up one punch. And when your opponent only has to worry about one punch, he see it coming. Joseph Parker saw that coming all night because one, that's all Deontay Wilder was throwing. Number two, he's throwing it correctly. And number three, when he misses so bad, he's all balanced and he falls in and he's susceptible to get countered with something hard because he's all balanced after he misses because he doesn't throw it correctly. Deontay Wilder, if Deontay Wilder wants to keep fighting, he's really going to have to commit himself and get himself a better trainer, somebody that's going to tell him what he needs to hear, and he needs to be humble enough to listen to what somebody who really knows boxing and somebody who's going to get in his ass and up in his face and make him work on technique and becoming a better fighter, not doing what the fuck he want to do. You know, part of being a fighter is sacrifice. You got to sacrifice your ego to know that some things you're doing wrong that you need to work on. And that as long as he's been boxing, his performance last night was pathetic. It was pathetic. His technique was piss poor. Piss poor. Piss poor. Unacceptable. And if he can't get better at this point, at this stage in boxing, Deontay Wilder needs to retire or he's going to get seriously hurt. Seriously hurt. He needs to retire. If he don't want to learn and get better defensively, offensively with his technique. His technique. You need boxing technique, boxing IQ to be able to make it in this business long term. If you can't do that, it's a wrap for you. You need to retire, homie. That's it. You've had a great career, a surprising career. No shame at losing to Tyson Fury, losing this fight here, but this fight wasn't even close. It wasn't really even competitive. So this was a bad look for Deontay Wilder. Um, I keep it 100 here, even though I was rooting for Deontay Wilder to win, and I don't bet on fights, so it's no sour grapes here. I don't bet. I'm not a person who make bets on sports and stuff. You know, so even though I was rooting for Deontay Wilder and he lost, I was disappointed. But at the same time, um, my boxing eye, what I saw as it was pathetic performance, pathetic performance by Deontay Wilder, and he had the nerve to actually put his hand up like he won the fight. He didn't win not one round, not one round. Not one round. And if I'm Deontay Wilder, I fire Malik Scott and I get somebody who's sitting more serious and who's willing to get up in my face and tell me what the fuck I need to hear and what I need to really work on. And if Deontay Wilder can't do that, Deontay Wilder should retire, lead the sport of boxing, and do something else. I mean, because according to what I saw last night, he's not getting better, he's getting worse. He's getting worse. So that's all I have. So big ups to Deontay Wilder, great career. Hopefully he sees this video or somebody gets in his ear and tell him what he needs to hear. Hopefully, he's had a great career. You know, wish him nothing but the best. But big up to Joseph Parker. He won his fight. And so we'll see what's next in the heavyweight division. Maybe we'll see Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker rematch. I think they fought a couple of years ago. Anthony Joshua won by decision, I believe. So we'll see what happens next. But anyway, that's all I have. That's my take on this weekend's Day of Reckoning card in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. My name is Amin. Thank you for coming to the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe at Netta27. Peace and happy holidays. And I'll be back with some more stuff heading into the new year. Peace.